to the republic which stands one nation under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you guys for this time to come forward and for always put our minds and our hearts together to work for our community. Thank you for all you do for us each and every day, keeping us safe. We ask you to be with us tonight as we go through this meeting. Thank you for all you do. In Jesus' name I pray. Amen.
Mayor Jones, here, Commissioner Perkins,
Here.
Commissioner Brown,
Here.
Commissioner Perry,
Here.
and the two attorneys.
Here.
So, Francis are here. I think,
Melissa.
I'm missing. Oh, she'll be on the. Alyssa there is also here at CPA. We have some invited guests tonight from the Stanford Lone Robotics Club. You guys want to come up? Sarah, you want to come up with them? All right, you want to show them your robot?
You're all going to St. Louis, right?
Yeah.
Oh, you brought the robot?
Yeah, I brought the robot this year. We figured we've never brought one before, you know?
It's not dropping. We don't.
Yeah, we can't rebuild. So. Yeah, we figured last year, since Cody knew what it was, we could bring one. So this year, it's a little bit different. And it's really hard to explain it without the kids showing. Hey, bring it out here, kids are behind that. Get these out.
Oh.
Okay, hold on. Yeah, you guys have typed it too much of your. We don't know what you did. But yeah, so, instead of going with a design that's given by the robotics organization that they can build off of, they decided to,
Play it by ear.
yeah, play it by ear, branch off on their own and build their own design.
Risky.
It was very risky.
Paid off.
It was risky, but it definitely paid off for the boys because they have the only conveyor system robot,
That works.
that works
It's got that.
in Kentucky, because nobody else had a conveyor.
Yep, so big.
So they get points by how many colored stacks they get, and they have to score them in certain goalposts. And so you get points for how many pegs are on top of each other, and then different colored stacks. And if your orange is on the bottom and it gets scored in an orange goalpost, they get extra bonus points. So, I think their highest skill score was what, 80? 86?
86,
Yeah.
yeah.
And then they've got a program, that'll run 30, what will run?
I think 43.
43?
Yeah.
So. They've definitely worked on this robot all year.
So
To get it to where it
RJ went to the board last year. Did you all go? Either one of y'all?
RJ
yeah,
agreed.
Y'all-
yeah.
all three of you went?
No,
I
they,
think
yeah,
so.
they didn't.
I did last year.
We have 2 returning, 2 new.
Only one team this year?
Yep. Only one team going to Worlds. So,
And they won an award at the state, right?
yeah, they did get the Innovative Award. That was based on them having a well-developed notebook and having a unique design for their robot and being able to explain it to a judge.
That was pretty impressive.
So they worked hard. But, are you gonna break it in the meeting? But yes, this robot has definitely had its challenges, and then they've definitely overcame a lot of them by adding, definitely more pieces, a lot more pieces that can get lost. But they also have a pneumatics kit on it that will open and shut so release the door to pop the pegs
I had a
out.
chance to like a hoopty, like you go up and down.
So if it's, let's say they do good in the world, will they take their design and implement it in the next year?
Next year's already set.
No.
So, yeah, next year's game, robot, everything's already, set. They'll reveal that at the end, but after Worlds, they will completely tear this one apart and the next year students can rebuild.
That's awesome.
But they're all fifth graders, so, they'll all go on to middle school and potentially do robotics there.
Who's the programmer?
Me and, the one that's not here right now. Yes.
When they do these, you said like they took their own initiatives, do they like draw out like schematics, so next, down the road, so, oh, that was a great year, how'd they do that?
So we keep their notebooks. This year, well, the past 3 years, they've moved to digital notebooks. So we have all of those, which is nice because we can go through and see edits and stuff. But I have notebooks from, I would say probably the last 10 years, like physical ones in the robotics room. So, and that's kind of what we use. I mean, kids, they don't like documenting stuff very well. They just like to build and go with it. So we do utilize past notebooks so they can kind of see, what theirs should look like, because we've had some notebooks in the past that have just went straight to state just based on their notebook alone.
Oh, wow.
So we do definitely utilize the old ones for the current season.
Thank you so much for bringing it. Thank-
Well, let's see.
I think we got something to give you all as a city.
Right.
Y'all wanna be in? All of us?
All of us?
We could all be in.
Who wants? Probably hand this check to.
There.
Miss Maggard.
You guys can take a picture with it, but then I'm
Yeah.
taking it home.
We're extremely proud of you guys. Every one did. I'll let you up. Who's gonna hold them?
Me.
Yeah. You guys are all gonna put one finger on it. Is that what we're gonna do?
Don't rip it.
We got time.
Yeah. Somebody takes a picture, okay?
Not to rip it. Right now, so I'm gonna check around.
Oh my gosh, boys. All right.
Okay, don't rip it before she can catch it.
Me.
Look at Sarah.
Look at me.
There you go. There you go. There you go.
Ready? 1, 2, 3. Okay, now you can look that way.
Now turn around this way. All right, 1, 2, 3, go.
Okay.
Thank you all. Well, you all do well.
Good luck.
Thank you, guys. We appreciate it a whole lot. Every little bit helps.
And I do believe I can send the link, but they are live streaming.
St. Louis this year, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Good luck.
Good, guys.
Well, thank you for paying attention. Good job.
Margaret.
Oh,
So proud of you.
what else we got? Okay. We got minutes, the 12th, and the 12th and the 24th. Everybody's able to look at them?
Yeah, I looked at them and I said some changes and they changed it, so I'm here to go.
All right,
Make a motion.
make a motion to, accept the minutes.
I'll make a motion to accept it.
Or is there, we have to say, accept them separately.
Yes.
No, make a motion for
You
the,
want me to do them individually? Does it matter?
Yes, yeah.
Okay, I make a motion to accept March 12th minutes.
I'll second it. All those in favor? Oh, was I here? I was here. Okay. All of them? All right.
Did I miss one?
Yes, but I can't remember if it was the 12th or the 24th.
I recuse my joint, I missed. I don't have a copy.
I think you missed.
Okay.
Email to everybody.
I'll make a motion to accept March 24th.
I'll second.
minutes.
All those in favor?
You sustain on both of them?
Oh, you want to know that? No, I guess,
Yeah, I think you missed the last one.
22.
So the 12th, you would have been able to, did you vote yes for the 12th?
yes.
Okay. Okay.
I gotta,
You don't have to.
I don't, I'm gonna, I'm gonna play on as well. I don't even know.
There was only 3 of us here.
Wow. All right. Our reports.
Don't have a lot, but, calls for service, we had 31 calls since the last meeting. I did speak to the store neighbors today and got documented permission to remove the tree. If you want to get it removed, they're not gonna say one way or another. They're good with it, so we can get that done.
That's good news.
As far as anything else concerned, I've got some complaints about traffic that I'm gonna be dealing with the next week or so.
It's something about the other. It's not, okay.
That's pretty much all I have.
So while you're still here, we had, building repairs, that should actually go to me. But I've got 2 contractors that I'm gonna have come take a look downstairs. And, I also talked to Marshall, who gave us the estimate 3 years ago, I think it
2
was.
years ago, somewhere.
And that was a $29,000 estimate back then. With repairs, yeah. So,
That was not just repairs, I think that included.
Was that the
That was like
mold
before.
abatement?
Yeah. so with the estimate being so high, I thought it'd be a great idea to bring in a couple more. Cause I think literally all we need is to dig up next to the wall here, put in some drain tiles and rock or stuff like that, maybe coat it with something to keep the water pumps in place.
Yeah.
Do some things with the gutters too, right?
The downspout, just where they're gonna drain.
Yeah, so the front downspout was actually aimed back into the building, so I moved
This
that.
one down here on this corner actually goes under the pavement. I don't know
Yes.
how good that is.
And this one over here looks like it's going under the pavement. I think it needs to have a drain tile instead of that and just run it out.
At the end of that concrete.
I think that's where a lot of the problems coming from. But I started to look at it this week and that way I could tell people what to look for them today. But that's coming soon and I'll try to make sure that you're here when they're here.
Okay,
Air filter, purifier and all that, do you get that?
everything's been running since first of the month.
Is there any better?
It seems to be a little bit better. Though it's not pushing your water out. It's got a pump on it. So it was running pretty good there for a while, but it's pretty much stopped.
Very cool. Thank you, sir.
Yes, sir.
Good evening. Our department is still operating. I had the privilege of my technical ability. Part of my training is overlapped by another part. So anyway, what we have is quarterly reports for the number of runs. And for the quarter, they're going to total of 44, ironically 22 in the city limits, and 22 outside the city limits, yet still within our level service area. Of those, in the city, 11 medical, 4 were for weather staging, 5 structure fires, 1 grass fire, and 1 child vehicle locking. County, 10 medical, similar, motor vehicle accidents 6, grass fires 2, structure fires 2, residential lockouts 1, and search and rescue for a lost person 1. Training totals for the quarter, 13 classes, total of 41 members participated, 367 hours. Obviously, some of those it's less numbers than some of those are duplicate hours that participated in the total of 367 hours of training. Questions?
I have a question since we mentioned about the gutters. The east side gutters, is that the ones we paid the stuff to get repaired? That's sitting on the ground and there's no gutters up? On east side of the building?
They've since been repaired again.
On that fire station?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
2 weeks ago, something like that.
Yeah, so the ice storm tore off the gutters.
Oh, so it had to put back up?
Yes.
Okay.
See, originally, the gutter that was laying outside of the building.
Yeah, we tried to.
We were saving for the fire department, and then I realized that that wasn't there. So we trashed them.
And what I have asking for is an estimate on putting the ice prevention measures in place, which would hopefully prevent that from happening again like it has so dramatically. So,
Talking about like a gutter guard, like a leaf guard kind of thing.
Icebreakers.
no, I think it's maybe the ice breakers on, so it would tie into the roof itself.
Yeah.
A little further up. Want me to talk about the grants or it's set for the
Well, and
policy?
at the last meeting, we talked about the fact that some turnout gear had been delivered and the city has received an invoice, but this was just to be paid by a FEMA grant, but the city has not received the grant funds. So I suggested that Zach and I look at the grant documents and see what they, one is how the grant is supposed to be paid, whether to the city or to their vendor. And two, is the grant in fact guaranteed to be
Penalized.
100% that we're gonna receive it. So, the answer, and, Chief had, Greg Anderson send me the grant documents and Andrew provided the invoices. But in looking at the grant documents, it looks like the payment does come to the city when it comes. The grant has been awarded. Okay, it has been awarded to the city. But, you know, this is a federal grant and there is, I'll call it somewhat boilerplate language in there that gives FEMA the right to terminate the grant. And the parameters are pretty vague. With FEMA, but the grant could be terminated. How likely is that? I don't know, but I doubt it's not. I mean, I doubt that it is very likely. But I think the dilemma is we've got the turnout gear, we've got invoices. Do we go ahead and pay for it and just hope in fact the grant funds do come in, or the alternative to that? And Chief, I know the department needs to feed it, turnout gear or something to address that. I'm just saying, if the city goes ahead and pays for it, there's some risk that FEMA yanks the grant.
So are we on the hook regardless, is what one thing that I had asked, because it was turnout gear already fitted, not so much as the air tanks, we kind of said we would hold off on that.
Right.
Because of the expense, it's way more than you even had in your budget to begin with.
Correct.
But, you know, we're gonna be on the hook
Yeah, 'cause they're
regardless.
tailored. I mean,
They're
it's in
tailored.
the back.
So-
And that, not off the rack.
What we had them do is make sure that if we were being penalized was one thing, I didn't hear anything about that, so I don't assume that any penalty is associated.
I saw no
That you- yeah.
associated, other than
Right.
the more time that passes.
Did you get a final total on just the tailored, turnout gear? I think you gave it to us at the end of the meeting, 22 or 21. Was it?
Something like that. I don't have the document.
I think that he originally had said 22 and then saw the document and it was a little lower than you were originally thinking, which was like 20 minutes.
think that's correct.
There's an invoice for 21.3. Chief, I've got the invoices here. If you want to look at them.
I just don't have them with me.
Okay, but I mean, to answer any questions.
So it's basically on us whether or not we put those in motion.
Yeah, the issue is, we've got turnout gear that the fire department's ready to use, and we've got an invoice to pay for it. We just don't have the grant funds.
Are you okay with it coming out of your budget until your grant comes in?
Of course.
I thought that was what we,
Okay, well, I'm just validating
yes,
what we'd stated, because we have two that want here.
Yes. The issue is, but it's, pay. Cody, and we're stuck with it anyway, but
Listen, I'll make a motion that we accept. Let's see, make a motion to go ahead and use the turnout gear and pay for that turnout gear out of the fire department budget until the grant money comes in. That's a loss of money out of your department, basically, and when it does come in, it's replaced back into your account.
I would just leave it, we paid out of their budget, because like Joe said, if they decide to cancel it, we don't have the if and pay back and just say, pay it.
Well, yeah, I mean, either way, it's fine. So we'll make a motion to pay that.
Did you check with them to see if they would do partial? Now, partial later?
Does it have to go?
well, I guess, I mean, he's got the money in his
These
account.
guys. I make a motion to go ahead and pay for them and then put them in service. Out of the fire department budget.
I second it.
All in favor?
Thank you.
Now, everything's the respirators.
No, they're on call.
That's like 100,000, we're,
Hold on that.
we would, it'd just be better to get the grant before we utilize those.
Or crank a valve on them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Absolutely. That's been our stance from the start. As regards it's my understanding, well, the fire truck grant is coming from the USDA. It's my understanding that those funds are not being. So we're awaiting signature from the mayor and the city attorney. That's what it's forwarded to you by Greg as well.
Yeah.
And what is this signature for to proceed with it?
Yes,
Mayor.
With the fire truck?
yes, sir.
Do I have that now?
Is it,
Sent to you.
have we went through the process of getting the other half of the money?
Yes.
Until we get a specific truck with a serial number
Okay,
that we are ready to purchase.
But we have to figure out what the payment will be, because we need to know the total cost to do that.
gotcha.
But we're still good, because if we go through the fire commission, they require us to use our training incentive, which we're getting 11 now a year,
15,
15, 11,
was it HB?
and that's more than enough.
Yeah, okay. We just got a security one. after
And
we get a
that's the way the last apparatus was purchased. You got knowledge of that. That was done.
so I think to review that, the grant is 300,000, the requirement is get the city paid
The remainder,
5%. It shouldn't much, but, we need some document signed by the mayor.
5% of 300?
5%
It's 100,000 on our match, or it's supposed to be.
is 100,000.
So basically it's 400,000.
25% is us.
So
But as Chief mentioned one of the meetings, we're gonna be scarce to find the
420, what was it, 426?
He's got one.
You can get 125 from the fire commission. That's my understanding.
Borrowing, yeah.
And we have two that are below that right now. So that's happy to report that. We haven't completely narrowed it down to a decision. There are two that are clearly way beyond that. One is, I think I told you, 485, and the other one, the salesperson would never give me a price, but when he said you gotta have done, I told him you had to be at or about 400, he said, well, he wasn't willing to make it.
So do we need to make a motion to move forward with it or?
Yeah, to authorize the mayor to sign anything required to move forward.
Okay. And I'll make a motion to move forward with the fire truck. The process.
Fire truck grant.
Process.
Second,
I'll second.
all those in favor?
Thank you all very much. Everything for me.
I don't know that. Did you email?
Greg, I believe, is he?
I don't know if
You all
there's
got
on it, but I'll get you the letter with my signature on it tomorrow.
I don't know that I got it.
Okay.
I can forward.
I guess these were just emails between Greg.
I can forward it to you.
Okay.
He may have been, Greg is an attorney, so now it's
You
an
can
attorney to the.
Well, yeah, it's posted. Yeah.
Folks who are copy.
Good deal.
Thank you all very much.
Attorney Brinkman.
Let me be brief. All right. This is related to the ABC ordinance first reading. So I guess I'll read the summary, for our first reading. This is an ordinance relating to amendments made to the ABC ordinance. This ordinance is authorized under KSR 241 through 244 and amends the current ABC ordinance, section 114 of the city ordinances of Stamping Ground, Kentucky. Specifically, this ordinance creates new licenses for Sunday sales and cannabis-infused beverages, inserts new language related to quotas for particular licenses, adds language bringing city forms into compliance with state ABC law, adding a $50 application fee and directing applicants to where they can find necessary forms, changing the hours of sales for Sundays, inclusion of language requiring server training and other training certificates to be displayed, and establishing penalties for failure to display, addition of language prohibiting consumption at the point of purchase unless properly permitted, addition of language establishing penalties for failure to follow hours of sales requirements, and addition of contingency clause stating vacancies in the ABC administrator role will be filled by the chief of police. This ordinance provides that it'll take effect immediately after its passage and publication by law, and will be adopted after a second reading. That's the first reading.
Good job on your computer.
That's his first reading. Or
My first
Yeah.
reading.
Right.
Penalty for parking and towing?
So I don't have much on that. I did reach out to Elise at the planning, commission because Cody had a conversation with her about taking, Chief Cody and I created this map that basically has what we want in it. And Cody had a conversation with the planning commission and Elise told him that they would be willing to help us make this happen. So he directed me to reach out to her and I have, but I just did that this week. I have not gotten back.
Was she on board?
I haven't heard back from her.
Okay.
As soon as I do, I'll call you. But yeah,
Basically, just to let y'all know, John and all of us met on here on a Saturday.
I can show y'all. I mean, it's
Long time,
your
basically.
decision, but this is basically what we came up with. Here is all the green is gonna be parking and all the pink are gonna be new locations for mailboxes. So if you guys wanna look at that, and pass it around, I'll pick it back up after the meeting.
So what this does is outlines from basically Birch Street to Locust Ford. There are a couple of mailboxes that are an issue. One reason like we would even want to move a mailbox is for parking restrictions, but we also were trying to contact, I guess maybe the postmaster or something like
Oh,
that.
yeah.
In regards of that, we can't meet all the criteria that the US Postal Service requires us to do as a city. For instance, we have to be 6 inches off of a curb. We cannot do that, it'd be in the middle of our sidewalk. So there's some things that we're gonna have to look at. Zach's gonna work tirelessly until he gets this resolved, after he gets the ABC ordinance passed. And, but this is if anybody wants to see it, or how many spots did we come up with, John? Was it 100?
Just over.
110? I think
Yeah.
somewhere in there. I will tell you, everything in front of the school is a no parking zone, because just the pickup lines, it's not even,
I agree.
it's not worth messing with. So we lose a lot of parking right in front of the school. But I have on that.
I mean, could it not have like a sign that says like not parking during these hours? Like you could park there.
Somebody had mentioned, did somebody
Not
mention
during
that
school.
Main Street was gonna be resurfaced? Have I heard that?
They wanted to have a conversation with us. I gave them your number, I think. Remember, we talked about this, but it's been a while. They wanted to have a conversation about the possibility of resurfacing Main Street. But they didn't know if they were gonna have the funds yet, from the state didn't. So, there's a.
There's still a lot of things on the table that we have to figure out. This also goes within parking and zoning and everything else, ticketing, also for snow removal. If it snows more, we gotta put signs up and stuff. But this is the first step. Getting away there, so it's kind of where we're at, just to keep you all moving.
Really?
Still here from.
Yeah, this, was brought to my attention that, there should be a restriction on the city selling the distillery property. To give you all a little history, the distillery property was owned by, Dr. Hurley. And there were problems over the years, with how the property was kept up. Eventually, it was sold at a master commissioner's sale. Rob Jones Electric purchased the property at the master commissioner's sale. And before receiving a deed, offered to convey the property or assign its bid to purchase the property from the master commissioner to the city on the condition for what Rob Jones Electric paid for the property, but on the condition that the city would use the property for city purposes only and not convey it to another party for 50 years. And the city commission accepted that, and on those terms, paid Rob Jones Electric and took the deed from the master commissioner. So that's how, and this was in March of 2019. And what I'm looking at are minutes I had in my files from those meetings also. Look at the minutes, it refreshed my memory of that as well. But there should be reported in the Scott County Clerk's office on a statement for that. Condition of purchase property by the city was that it would be used for city purposes only for 50 years from it is probably April of 2019. So with that information, what I'd like to suggest is I prepare a restriction and bring it to the city commission at the next meeting. So, email to you for approval and authorizing the mayor to sign.
Yeah.
Okay.
Would this attach it to the deed, Joe?
Well, it would be filed in the county clerk's office. So
Kyla mentioned something about a covenant.
that's it. I'm calling it a restriction, but that's the same thing.
Because, you know, commissions are gonna turn over, you know.
Just to give you a little back,
Well, probably won't be there 50 years, just no offense. but-
just to give you a little backstory.
Notice.
Stamping Ground was approached by HUD, was it HUD?
Not really high.
Okay.
I don't know how you would.
Workforce. I don't know, they were looking to build houses behind the dollar store. And they approached and wanted us to donate the land. It's the only thing down here that met the criteria of their, planning mission. And of course, we talked to them, got in contact. Obviously, we can't even do anything with that property. But it does not say that in the deed, by the way, Joe.
That's right.
So we have to,
The deed came from the master commissioner. Yeah.
I think that's kind of why they looked at it, because it didn't show it and reflect it. So we'll get it lined up.
All right. Public work?
So the old, dog waste can out there is my new dog waste can. And it's full of nice little ooey bags and stuff like that now, for the public to use. The other thing I was gonna update on is, on April 22nd, there's gonna be 60 yards of mulch dumped back there on that first little parking spot on the left. And I probably need to borrow some barriers to keep people off of that. And they're gonna do the 25th is when they're gonna do that. And we're still trying to find somebody that has a tractor with a bucket, so anybody knows anybody, let me know. Got one?
So is that a second dog food stand?
That is replacing the other one that rusted out. The other one, the bottom
But
fell.
we want to pay Pop more to clean to empty it first. If it does, make sure we're gonna pay another $25 to get emptied.
Yeah, the old one, the bottom fell out, so when somebody dropped the bag in there, it just went through and on the ground. So that was not good. So, and, you know, it was a fight for my life, because it was full of wasps. Oh, yeah, that's even more fun. But, you know,
You should have got a picture
I
of
can fail,
that. You should have posted that.
yeah, she took pictures and I said, do not.
Take the city out of like me.
Yeah, don't take pictures of it.
See Ken out there fighting for his life.
I'm also looking to the grill down there, it's rusted out too, and we're renting this out and people can't even use it.
And if you do that, I have, estimates for vests, of course, they've gone up, right, 400 vests, 80 cones to build a more appropriate type of metal that won't rust out in 5 years like that. And actually the masons at the time when I talked to them, they talked about maybe kicking in some too. I don't know now, but.
Yeah.
Cause they're the ones that built that down there.
I'll look into that. There's,
Hey, guys.
the mulch.
Oh,
Or special meetings.
that's right.
Oh,
So the
Quick
mulch, the mulch, we approved up to 3,000. It actually came in at $2,225.
nice.
And that was actually enough mulch for all 3 playgrounds. So we're gonna address them all. That's it.
I got a call, from Hamilton Hinkle, they'll be out this week, on Tuesday to do Commonwealth. And since they've got businesses running down there right now, they did agree to do half and half. So that they can keep the road open for people going in and out, but they said that they should be done by Friday at the latest Monday. The street signs are ready. Darren had reached out to me and asked for dimensions, and he was gonna come out this week. And I didn't get the dimensions to him quick enough, so it'll probably be in the next couple weeks.
That's all street signs, right?
Mm-mm.
When she
Because two of them in my neighborhood got stolen a couple of days ago.
I'm glad.
Oh, the one's gone on Calvert, Calvert, I'm sorry, yeah.
Yeah, well, I mean, we've got brand new, the square posts. So I mean, they should be driven into the ground pretty well. They shouldn't be able to be stolen this season.
Yeah, well, I just ripped the street signs off of them.
Yeah, the one, like the street signs that I bought, the posts that we bought, that like they're taller so that people can't do that. They have to climb it.
Yeah.
And then the, flagpole holders are almost complete. He said he had to drill the holes in them and, powder coat, and we'll have them. So I'll get those put up. If any of you all know where I could get some like plaques, I'd like to have a plaque for them for doing that for us, but then also for the, like, for you all, just in memorial, whoever you want. I think the Family Tree HVAC wanted an in memorial as well. So I just need, if you all know where I can find some that I have made.
These were made in one day by the lady in Frankfurt. Frankfurt Trophy or Frankfurt.
Okay.
She wrote.
I used them a couple of times. They do the job.
If you, don't care, send me like an email with her and I'll reach out and ask if I can get some, plaques made to hang out there by the flags.
Much wood.
I think that's all I had.
All right, so library kicked off. Y'all attended it, a good turnout. Please tell everybody about it. Keep everybody in mind. It's on Thursdays, 1 to 6. It's good. We need to help build our community, and they've got a lot of good things. They're still getting fully in there, but it's up and running. Also, something else I want to point out is, you know, we work hard to get these businesses here, and we need to make sure that we try to support them the best we can. If you want to make a post, or you feel the need to, or you would just tell people about it, let's make sure that we stand behind these businesses, because some of them are seeing a little bit of a hit right now. We need to keep those in mind and try to do whatever we can to help them sustain themselves in the staffing ground. With that being said, everything other than that, looking good. We're ready to start coming into the new year. Business license and everything else, so. It's a topic that's gonna be coming up pretty soon on what or how we should go about even, should we send out reminders and stuff? In the past, we've done it, but it's something we can talk about later on, so. Snow's coming. Other than that, that's all I have.
Can I make a comment on Cody's, business thing? So Cody and myself, about, and Jennifer, yeah, was there
The
too.
game was there.
We all invited the judge down for the opening of the library. He showed up at JR, our road department. And then we invited them to go up and support our restaurant in the grocery store, and they had already heard about it. So they were excited to try the burgers up there. So the word's getting out that the grocery stores make some good burgers. That's what we need to do. We need to push it and support those businesses like that.
Yeah.
Appreciate y'all doing it.
Appreciate that happening. This support doing that. Awesome.
Pushing a lot too, so.
Email says.
February finances, okay.
It was, it postponed this when everybody came back, February finances. I don't remember why.
Fine.
You remember, Megan?
So what?
Why did we push the finances back February?
I thought there was, I don't know if there was something on it.
They were going to give it here.
Yeah, I think that might have been why we pushed them
There were
back.
three, plus there were some questions I had, like double billing, we paid the pest guy twice, when we don't usually pay him twice, and there were things that weren't matching our budget lines. But I also at that meeting asked if we could get, every commissioner gets sent all the stuff instead of our sheriff's department. I never got that, so I could never go through and check it, so I haven't been able to do that yet, so I don't have very stuff to look at.
I have something that y'all gave us. This was the budget. But this was the past budget, and then
That is your budget.
this is my
Yeah.
economic.
Just yours.
Yeah, but I also have a budget. I don't know if we got the full, that's requested.
Yeah. Maybe we get those sent out. Everybody look at them.
I think it's one of those.
So it's everybody-
For finances, every part of it, so I could.
Is that what we're requesting, is everything?
Because I mean, we're all responsible for the finances. Shouldn't just be Jackie part of the party.
These are good for meetings,
That's for your personal business, like all for the art. Yeah.
Yeah, that was awesome. A lot better than what we did. I think.
So I guess we'll have to, February, March is off again, pay them again. Now, I think there's up to a certain time that, doesn't matter, it just happens.
Yeah.
60 days.
Set in,
Okay,
For your next meeting.
not laws, yes, laws.
well, I didn't know, like 60 days, they just already happened.
Another meeting minutes for sure.
So table February, March,
The next meeting.
so
So the 28th.
the requirements are met as requested.
And so everybody is wanting a copy of all the budget, correct?
That's why I wanted to make sure that. Certainly missed it.
All right, Brenda, follow up.
She has a copy over there on desk, that's the printer, just need him to order it. That's it.
Is it?
Yeah. Yeah, the only exception was, I think we approved 300. She can check the minutes, but I really think we should get the 3-year warranty with it. For the first one.
I
It's
don't see the
$30.
point for it being $300 and getting a 3-year warranty.
Um,
I mean, it's $300.
Just replace it if I.
And also, we don't have the motion range, we usually make that,
Yeah.
it's under 1,000.
Yeah, I just wanted to make sure we were okay, but we already passed it. I mean, we're-
Yeah, we already passed it, really.
and that has the MDF multi-duct feeder on top and flatbed on that.
He has.
And is it gonna replace the one in the corner?
Yes.
All right. Let's follow up.
Have to go ahead and second.
Think about that.
I don't have anything on goods.
I think that's probably gonna be a big.
Yes, I have something. I just have forgotten. We do have the quote from them that you all had requested, but ultimately, based on what we did last year. Of course, that could change depending on the numbers. But right now, 605 for processing and between 225 and 230 for postage as far as getting the property taxes out.
And we also asked what was last year's.
It was right about that same amount. It was, $580 and 200 and something. So they upped it just a hair.
And is that a definite quote? Because you said depends on the
That's
house.
from them.
Okay. No, I mean,
Depends on.
you said that like it's gonna change if we had 20 houses.
I think it's per property.
They charge
It's
us.
dependent on the numbers. This is based on your numbers from last year.
Yeah.
We do have that.
Move forward with it.
I would. I mean.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't see what their option is.
The past 6 years, they've always been crunching and getting, I think a couple years ago, they had extended the date.
Yeah.
So we're going to motion. It's under 1,000, do we motion still?
Well, but I think just to create a record of it,
Yeah.
so you have
Make a
it.
motion.
I'll make a motion to accept the guts contract for the property taxes.
I'll second it. All those in favor?
Forward to nothing.
Correct.
I
I support follow-up. Are you for it or not? Were you for it?
I'm definitely for it.
Okay. yes.
Okay, well, fine.
Yeah.
Just making sure.
I support follow-up. I feel like I know, and I have not been here. So I dropped the ball on the IT support follow-up. I will do that this week. I haven't been here. And a little out of just. We're gonna table it.
428 up there.
Love that. Yeah, we'll update later.
And maybe you, side note, maybe he can talk to the chip or somebody up there. To kind of look, we're needing some IT help. Okay, we're willing to
They
pay.
said they'd help, I got.
Yeah, all right, whatever we gotta do. Miss Peggy and Shelley Batch will help.
Chip and help, I got this call.
Well, it may not be it. He may need to come here.
He'll come down.
And we're willing to pay or whatever we gotta do.
He'll come down. He'll help. I'm sure the judge is fine. Let's speak for him. I'm sure he'll do that.
Ethics member terms. Show business.
Y'all need to table that?
We said that was due.
Well, we had to sit where two people were gonna fall off at the same time, though. We needed to fix. We got ethics here, so.
Yeah, Janice,
She's here, we can let her talk.
Yeah. We discovered after we scored the other two for a 2-year term and a 3-year term. Well, mine was a 3, but I'm already near in. So we're gonna have 2 others drop off this thing. So I don't know whose we need to
Okay, okay.
adjust or,
So one of you needs to be a 3-year, and one of you needs, or one of the new one needs to be a 3-year, and one needs to be a 1-year.
Who's the newest?
well, we scored 2 at the same time.
Yeah.
How do you ethically make them do like
Well, we could just cut mine to 2 years and I'll be the first one to drop off and they'll stay 2 or 3.
I think,
Um,
I mean,
There's, I was gonna say, I don't know if there's an easy way to handle that.
Well, I think you do just that. You
Okay,
designate the term for each.
it's your 3 years since you're here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I'm already into my 2nd year.
Okay.
I've done 4 years starting in the second, so.
All the experiments, 4 years.
No, 3.
That's great. 3.
3, 2, 1. And
Yeah, 3 years. And we have a 2-year already, which was. Fair, I'd have to look back at the minutes. I think it was Carolyn, and then Wendy, they had put in 3, so.
So we changed hers to 2.
I mean, she's got,
She's already got a year in,
she should be the one. I mean,
or what's going?
because others told us in front of us, hey, we're good with 3 years. I
Yeah.
mean,
Yeah,
Okay.
To switch you to one?
You can always reapply,
You can always come back and be the 3rd year the next year.
potentially.
Yeah,
But you want.
Potentially, you know, but
yeah, it's once you're today, it's not once you're at that point.
But
it's all kind of dropped in my lap since Stephanie left anyway, so.
Mayor, to make a clean record of it, maybe we don't do it tonight.
Okay.
Do it at the next meeting?
Next meeting, to have a motion made identifying each individual and what their remaining term is. So,
As I say, I can have the other,
yeah,
have the other 2 here that night, and 2.
Okay, so Peggy, can you make sure that's in there? All right, sounds
So,
Thank you.
bonding.
I emailed her, but I don't think I've heard back.
If we haven't heard anything back, then why don't we just do it the same way that we've done everybody else, and let's just get it done.
It should be done already for this year. We've already done it for this year. She's already there, paid the check, it's in the finances, they already paid for this year,
For,
for you and me and them.
for us, but not for everybody that we were wanting to get bonded.
Oh, the Chiefs.
Yeah. So that's what I'm saying,
Yeah.
if she's not answered you back yet, then
I
let's,
don't think she has. I was trying to.
then let's just do it the way that we've been doing it, and let's go ahead and reach out to them, to Hawk Smith, and get it done.
so for each one.
Yes.
And that'll be prorated.
Oh, I take that back. He did answer. I was searching Bonda instead of Rhonda. Sorry. She said she needs to know which ones. That's my bad. She said, I'm sorry for not responding sooner. I worked 7:34. Yes, you got quotes completed. And she needs applications completed.
That's what we've done. We're done. You all are done. Yeah. So it was the 2 chiefs, and I think that was it, wasn't it? Or the rest of the commissioners.
Are we doing all?
Joe stated that the commissioners did not need to be bonded.
No,
So just the 2 chiefs.
Salary chiefs.
That was at other attorney's discretion.
So.
Advisement.
If the 2 chiefs.
You told me no.
I don't know, salary, I'll get the pay.
He said, don't do it, don't do it.
Okay, sometime tomorrow or first of the week. Okay.
All right. 7-year audit,
Anybody?
not yet. What was our cutoff? May the,
Tax time, or the budget.
anybody want to explain to Melissa why we keep bringing this up?
I personally talked to her, and I'm in agreement with her, but you all have stressed, even like when she had accidentally or purposely or whatever she did, doing her job, had basically an uproar that they were moving documents because we were trying to do a 7-year audit.
Mhm.
That's
who was moving documents?
well, she was shredding documents.
Shredding documents,
Yes,
yes.
shredding documents. And so with that being said, I talked to her and I'll let her, if she would like to express it, if she doesn't, I'll tell you what I think she said. But she said that she thought it would be a waste of time and city resources to even do a 7-year audit. Now, that's not her decision to make, that is ours, but that is our best advice that she has given the city. Now, with that being said, I understand both sides.
I just don't want her, I don't want her or anybody else to think that we are auditing because of something that she has done or.
You're more than welcome to elaborate.
No, and we weren't even talking, she has a threshold. You used to look, what, 1,000 or above or something? I can't remember in the game, you said you weren't gonna look at like things lower spending.
I do what's called, when you read the audit report, what's called substantive testing.
Yeah,
And I do substantive testing, which means I actually, what I did today, pull and look at every sheet of paper there is pretty much on anything.
Down to the minutes on
Yes,
Yes.
and so, and I do that because you're small and to have a strong internal control structure is difficult for a small city, right? You got 2 people here. So that's why I do substandard testing. A lot of other CPAs would not. They do very high level materiality and I do materiality and it's gonna be in the package. The reason I said it's a waste of money is you do pay to be audited. We do UFRs on odd year or even years, on unified financial information reports, and then we do the audits on, that's all that's required of you. I am peer reviewed, like this audit that I'm getting ready to do, I will be peer reviewed on this audit as soon as I issue the report. And peer review, I have to send them all my work papers, all my planning documents, so it is like being audited. So you're being audited by somebody that's independent, and then you're also, there are auditors being audited. So I just don't, and the roll forward that we showed you is the money went from here to here, was approved for ordinances. And that's your budget, and that's why we include that. Your budget is what's published in the ordinance. And if you follow the money in the bank accounts, they match. There's no mismatch of what was here, what we'd agreed to spend and what's there now. So that was just my point, is just, I see no indications that we would want to spend the money, but it's completely up to you.
Right.
And we just submitted a opens records request for the last 7 years to a state attorney on every financial report that we've done. So you've got somebody else out external looking at that as well.
And also to bring that, since we brought that up, if they requested 7, but if we were only allowed, supposed to keep 4, if we didn't have those other 3, they couldn't get them anyway, which could hurt the city or help the city either way. But that is documentation that usually they pull to try to hurt or gain something off from the city.
I missed something there. Who got a records request?
The city did. The city got an open records request requesting the last 7 years of.
It was 10.
Last
10 years of financial report.
Yeah, of financial report.
Next meeting, when it's not a special meeting, maybe we can talk about that. Or.
But we.
I think
On
this
the
whole conversation started about doing the in-depth and further back. You know, because you just said that everything shows where we spent within budgets, but we all came in, were handed a budget last year that overspent about $50,000. And then the year before, when we looked at it, $30,000 year before that overspent past what, like you're saying, what they approved, but they spent past it. That's why we start talking about this in the beginning.
I think it'd be good that, we start early on the budget this year. So we are adding the next thing to start kicking off the budget and really go, and that's why she put it, really understand how to read your budget. And then to go back and see that, you know, and what you amend is what is in that ordinance. So if you're changing or going over what's in that ordinance, then, you know, that's why you would want to do an amendment. But a lot of the things that happen were underneath those numbers. So you've got very specific line items, you're changing those, like you estimate this to be 1,000, it's only 500. You don't have to amend the budget for that. But if you're budgeted 120,000 to spend for the year and you want to buy a fire truck and it's gonna increase your budget, then you might want to amend the budget. So I think starting from scratch would be a good idea, and maybe that'll help us. And then maybe we specifically pull out what you said. I could go back and look and see, but the reports that, the financial reports that we do, we haven't shown where we went way over budget. The police, I think, 1 year did, and it was because the payroll was included in the general funds account. That's why keeping your fund accounting is so important. You don't want to put everything into one account because you want to make sure what you're spending is coming out of there. And so for the next budget round, we'll start with what we call fixed cost for each fund. So what is fixed? That's where you start with your budget. These are the things we can't change, right? So we have to pay this. Then you start adding on to that your strategic things. And I think that'll be good. If we start next meeting with we want to create that package for you, Dale, like you said. So you have all those numbers in front of you. And then by the next meeting, you guys come prepared with what you're going to change.
You'll be back, right?
Huh?
You'll be back.
Yeah.
Okay. I think, just to, because it's on the agenda, special meeting, 7-year audit, I think we should give it, table it for another week, another meeting. And then we come back prepared, whether you want it, give a reasoning why, or, you know, point out some things that you have questions with, especially maybe you can get it cleared up. If not, then Well, give it one more meeting to justify. Because I'm telling you, I've talked to 3 people and it's expensive and nobody wants to do it.
Biggest problem. Nobody else.
Nobody wants to do 7 years.
Talking the meeting, the 28th.
Yeah. And if we all still determine, we put in an end date by the June or July 1st, if that's what we want to keep, that's fine.
Then you can budget for it.
We can budget to have the audit.
Moving on. Planning and zoning proposal. Follow up. Anything?
So, I actually, had the school reserved for the 21st
Okay.
of this month. And with us missing our meeting last time, that's pushing it too close to try to get the entire community involved in
Yeah.
that. So I'm actually gonna let go of that date and try to schedule something in May.
I would like to ask, so, because we said this in the beginning, that it's a day when we all can be here. I mean, I have to work Monday, Tuesday night.
Tuesday's the only available day.
No, no,
It's the only day.
every other Thursday. I've got an email from,
I understand what
I got an email from Keith right here,
Keith.
McDowell, who
Yeah,
scheduled it. He said,
he's who told me that I can only have it on Tuesday.
we need insurance policy covered meetings. There will be no cost if the meetings held Monday to Friday. While I have a custodian in the building or it's not a snow day, my custodian is working the normal shift. If I must bring in a staff member to cover, there will be a charge.
He's the
That's
custodian.
the custodian manager over there.
Saying I have Cub Scouts on Mondays, so Mondays are out, Girl Scouts every other Thursday, and a few school events.
What's the date on that? What was the date that you talked to?
This was January the 12th. I talked to
This
2
year?
meetings ago with Boy Scouts, yeah.
When did you talk to him?
Last week, or the week before last.
Well, let's clear that up. Work on another date, bring it to the next meeting.
The other thing he said is that, there's kids in the after-school program until 6:15. So he would want us to schedule the meeting Thursday at like 6:30.
It's like, I'm sorry, I didn't hear.
6:30.
We don't know the date.
Right.
And I think we should try, to cater to everybody here for them. I don't see that problem if it's Tuesday only, it's Tuesday only.
I'll have to check on Thursday. I don't think I'll be able to Thursday.
And I think that's fine, but that will be a meeting.
Yes.
It's on meeting. So,
Special meeting, right?
yeah, special meeting, so you.
Is it, wait a minute, so is planning and zoning giving it or we doing it?
That's a bond.
They said that they're coming there on our behalf, but it is our,
Well, if we're gonna discuss the 5 of us are in a building, it has to be a meeting.
I don't know if there's any decision that is, but I don't know if there's any decision that is, it's just,
That may be,
that's just for the city to come in here and them to give proposal on what properties are looking to be a change. Not for us to decide on, just to present it to the
We can't
city.
be sharing our opinions over them so that we're not in a meeting.
But it doesn't matter, we can all be in a building, just we can't sit there and
Make it a workshop.
It's just like,
It's
yeah,
just like a
it's just like a workshop.
workshop.
yeah, but it is technically a special meeting of the city commission. Well, I mean by that is you give the newspaper notice, post a sign. It probably is not something you want to make a decision.
You're right.
Right. So, but it's, I think technically, anytime a forum gathers to discuss city business.
But we could all come as public people or citizens of
Yeah, Cody, it's, that's the.
Public opinion.
It as a city meeting. I mean, you can make arguments out, really, but you better treat it.
If somebody's on the commission that has a problem, you'll have to recuse or something, right? If they want to talk as a public person.
No, I mean, again, I don't think you want to make any decisions,
That's all.
but it's a.
But you can't sit up here on the council and give your opinion about something that may affect you personally.
No, I think you can.
Really?
Yeah, okay, you can express your opinions on that.
That's it.
This kind of.
That's entitlement though.
There's no motion was made, not just.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
There aren't gonna be any.
I thought planning and zoning said they do 2 meetings for us.
Yeah, this is just the first.
So I have a clear understanding of where it is gonna be a special, you're gonna reach out to them to determine the date,
I think a workshop. I think we'll call it a workshop.
a workshop, okay? And it has to be, after 6:30 in the evening.
At 6:30.
And it will be a special meeting of the commission, but the community will be invited to,
They're invited in.
but specifically for planning and zoning, correct? Okay.
It affects our entire community.
Is this, something you agree?
Now,
No,
with the 150 possible affected properties, are we gonna reach out to those people in any way?
Yes.
To say you need to come to this meeting, listen?
Yeah,
Are we gonna do that, or we just going to like, tell us that whole city?
Planning, zoning, supposed to help with that too.
Yeah.
They will.
I thought we had all the signs, somebody said we were gonna get a sign and put it out too.
Yeah.
properties that people get to. We can't do everything by food chain.
But when we get the date, can we go on and get it so the paper can put it in the paper and it'll have the line of what we're discussing on it? Like publishing time, which would have to be a week before.
Yeah.
Make sure it's this.
All right,
All I got.
anything else? Anybody can get a motion to, or hold on, did we? you say-
No, should hold on.
She said that.
No. Okay, all right. Motion to adjourn? Second? All in favor? All right.
so they don't make the motion.
It worked on it. Usually done.
Yeah.
Okay, that's what we were.
Oh.
That's.
No, these don't.
Nobody didn't take me back. I thought that's what you were. Man, this was coming on.
Here's your box. Yeah.